How's it going, everybody? It's Mr. Bonhomme. In this video, what I'm going to be showing you is how I've been teaching students to skip count on an analog clock to kind of help out to later on identify a certain time on an analog clock. So check it out. First step is to draw a circle. And this is step A, right? Getting students to kind of label their steps also, not with numbers, but with letters, so it doesn't add any additional numbers on it. But let's get a circle up there. And this is how I've been teaching my students to kind of set up an analog clock if they have to draw it on their paper. 12, they know that on the right side would be a 3. Below the 12 would be a 6. And on the left side would be a 9. They see this all the time. Analog clocks at school, maybe at church, maybe outside on a grandfather clock. There are a lot of other places where you might see an analog clock. Now, starting from there, the reason why I have them started from there is because let's say I do a circle and then I just start to label it like this. Everything might not be in place, especially for third graders. This is discombobulated. This is just sloppy and messy. It doesn't have to be perfect, but at least getting the numbers in the space that they're supposed to be will really, really be good. Spatial awareness. So you got to be focused on the space also. So don't go in order like that. 12, 3, 6, 9. And it'll help out for this next part that I'm going to introduce as well. But this is what you do for step A. Step B will be 12, 3, 6, 9. And then you fill in the numbers all around it. So maybe this light has a little bit of a glare. There you go. Cool. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. So I have all my 12 numbers. Another thing on the analog clock is to know your skip count by fives. Cool. I'm going to show you how to do it over here. Let's make this a step C. All right. 12, 3, 6, 9, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. Now I'm going to do my skip counts by fives. Starting at 12, this is 0. Above the 1 is 0, 5. Next to the 2 is a 10. By the 3 is a 15. 20 is by the 40. By the 4, my apologies. The 5 is a 25. 30. 35. 40. 45. 50. 55, and then we get back to 60. That 0 mark is 60 as well as 0 up here at the top of 12. Now going back to how I originally have kids set up an analog clock, this would be helpful too. Once they practice this enough, labeling it around, they'll start to get it, right? And they'll also start to realize it's related to multiplication. For example, 5, because every jump is 5 minutes. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 4 equals 20. Or 4 times 5 equals 20. 5 times 8 is going to be 40. 5 times 10, 50. 5 times 9, 45. Kids should practice labeling their clocks. It's still good practice in third grade, even if just a good routine, because they may be off by a few numbers. Make sure that they are labeling their analog clocks at home when they're doing work. This, when an analog clock only has a 12, 3, 6, and 9, is also beneficial because, boom, we know we start at 0. If they've practiced this enough, they will know that the 3 represents a 15, The 6, which is half of an hour, represents 30 minutes. And that 9 would represent 45 minutes. They'll start to notice that you are now skip counting by 15. 0, 15, 30, 45, and oh yeah, 60. Okay? So this is beneficial also when students have practiced this enough of skip counting by 5s. They'll notice they can skip count by 15s and then add a little bit extra afterwards. But we'll get into that in the next video. I hope this was helpful, just labeling analog clocks and getting an idea before actually even counting to the nearest minute and being that exact. All right? This is Mr. Bono. Peace.